Now, Donald Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, is really interested in cybersecurity, or as some might call it, the cyber. He's interested in the cyber, doing the cyber. Okay. In fact, back in 2016, Giuliani had said, I'd love to become the person that comes up with the solution to cybersecurity. Well, good news for him, bad news for the rest of us. Trump had appointed Giuliani as the cybersecurity advisor back in January of 2017. Now, the reason it's bad news for us is because apparently he has no idea what he's doing. And of course, a lot of experts at the time had pointed that out, that Giuliani, when it comes to technology, he is a Luddite. He's an idiot. Okay, so now we've known this like for several years. And so here's a bit of an update on that. So now Giuliani actually owns a business based on doing cybersecurity. So that's just one of the business ventures that Rudy Giuliani is in the middle of, which again is hilarious. And it is GiulianiSecurity.com. So he's got a website up, and Mozilla decided to look at it. Now, what's interesting about this, right, is that not too long ago, a Giuliani associate, Lev Parnas, who recently just testified behind closed doors against Donald Trump, and Giuliani, by the way, there was a cybersecurity company called Fraud Guarantee, ran by Mr. Parnas, which contracted Giuliani. Awesome. For a pretty hefty sum of money, right? I don't know what he was doing for Fraud Guarantee. Perhaps guaranteeing fraud by making sure the website has terrible security. Because look, again, GiulianiSecurity.com is completely and utterly insecure. Now, according to Mozilla Observatory, an online site scanning service operated by Mozilla, which is behind the Firefox browser, they rate Giuliani Security and Safety's website an F. Not for fantastic, by the way, or phenom. I know it starts with a PH. Bad joke. Okay, so now it gets an F for basic connection security with a score of a whopping 0 out of 100. Out of 100 possible points, they got a 0. Disaster. Now, in a suite of 11 tests, the Giuliani Security and Safety site also passes just 3 of them, according to Mozilla. Nailed it. Again, I guess 3 out of 11 ain't bad. At least they passed 3. Just saying. Now, look, I'm not sure what Mozilla is actually expecting. This is a guy who can't secure his own phone. He knows nothing about the cyber, right? Terrible, terrible. Again, Giuliani locked himself out of his own iPhone after forgetting his password and putting the wrong one in 10 times. Also, butt dialing an NBC News reporter. How do you butt dial with a smartphone? Now, I understand with those old, flip phones that you could do that. Or actually more of the old school Nokias. I had one of those. But from a smartphone, you shouldn't even keep that in your back pocket. How do you butt? It makes no sense, right? But when he accidentally butt dialed that person, he then left a 3-minute voicemail in which he discussed overseas deals and a need to raise a few $1,000 for legal defense. Hilarious. Trump hires the best people, the greatest people. And even if you go to his website, you are greeted with a warning that the site is not secure. This means that the site is not using a private connection, and the information a user sends or receives could be intercepted or altered. Giuliani's security SSL certificate has also expired, an issue first raised in 2017, meaning the site's identity cannot be trusted. Awesome. That's fun. This is a guy who is an advisor to Trump on cyber. Now, to be fair, to be fair, courts reached out to some cybersecurity experts, actual experts, and said, you know what? It's not as bad as it seems. I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad, but let me go to a quote from Ron Gula. He worked as a network penetration tester for the NSA, and he told courts that he had met with Giuliani and actually was impressed. I'm not sure how, but okay. Now, he noted that the site, as presently configured, is little more than a billboard for Giuliani's business. And since it doesn't ask for passwords or other sensitive data, it does not require super strong defenses. In fact, Josh Mitchell, a cybersecurity consultant at Nuix, an Australian technology firm, agreed and said, the site is pretty basic, and it isn't asking users to transmit sensitive information through it. But now here's the thing, right? If you want your website to be a billboard, right, or an advertisement for your cybersecurity business, then maybe, just maybe, you should have your site have a little bit of cybersecurity to show what you can actually do. I mean, wouldn't that make sense? Now, if he was, say, having a billboard for his company as Dog Walker, right? Well, then you could understand have a poorly optimized site that is vulnerable to interception, right? Interference, right? Not if you're running a cybersecurity firm. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. It is so completely ironic that here you have someone that is so apparently seemingly inept with technology. And look, we all know people that are inept with technology. That's not the problem, right? Like my mom is terrible with technology. So she should probably not be an advisor to the president on cybersecurity. I'm just saying, I love my mom, but I'm not going to ask her to be, or even for what I do, have her design a website with cybersecurity. No, that'd be the worst thing to do. And so, but that's what we have. This person, Giuliani, being an advisor to the president, although I'm not sure who he's advising anymore, right? Look, Giuliani, and here's the thing about Giuliani. I don't think his focus is going to be on that cyber anytime soon, because right now, I think he seems to be focused on trying to stay out of prison. And so at the end of the day, we'll see how that one goes. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.